Hey guys, I am here for my consultation at AirSculpt. I am super excited for the doctor to take a look and determine if I'm going to be a good fit for this procedure. I think that I will be based on what the first lady that came in said about, my body type, my areas of concern, all of that stuff. I feel really good about the procedure. Basically, it's minimally invasive, very little downtime, like you're back to normal within a couple of days, and like you only wear a compression garment for 2 weeks. And even with that being said, like you don't go under general anesthesia. And the heaviest thing they give you is laughing gas. Like, of course, they numb you up and all of that stuff, but no general anesthesia or anything like that. No scalpel, no sutures. So I am really excited to kind of hear what the doctor has to say when they come in. Hey guys, so if you have been following along, you probably remember that I was looking into getting like a mini mommy makeover. I wanted to do something that wasn't super invasive. I'm just looking to get like my belly area kind of fixed up, not like a BBL or a boob job or anything like that. So I was looking for something that, wasn't super invasive, and I had not found anything that was a perfect fit. However, earlier this week, I had a consult with AirSculpt, and drumroll please, my procedure is scheduled for this upcoming Tuesday. I had never really heard of AirSculpt until about, gosh, a week or so ago. Also have not heard about it. It is basically a minimally invasive body contouring procedure that uses laser assisted liposuction to remove fat. And so, with that being said, no scalpels, no needles, no sutures, and you are awake the entire time. So, you are not put under general anesthesia for this procedure, which, as you guys know, if you saw my like initial vlog where I went in for the consultation and was talking about why I decided not to move forward, I'm not really down for me with really going under general anesthesia for an elective procedure. And so that is kind of why I didn't want to move forward with like a full tummy tuck or full-fledged liposuction. So when I found out about this, I was very excited to go in for my consultation and learn more about it, and like scheduled my procedure on the spot, day of, like right there in the office. So people are usually back to their normal routines in like 24 to 48 hours with this procedure. Like I said, it is as minimally invasive as it possibly can be. Apparently there is some like drainage and things like that, but you don't have like a drainage bulb or anything like that. And results are permanent as long as you obviously like take care of yourself, maintain like a semi-healthy diet and exercise routine and all of that, which I totally plan to do. To be honest, like I really enjoy working out. I really do, but I've had 2 C-sections. I've carried 2 babies, and you guys probably can't see it in what I'm wearing today, but I have this little situation right here that I like to call my mom pooch. Personally, I just don't think that it's going away like without a little bit of assistance. And I am like very proud of my body for what it did, especially in terms of carrying and birthing, my 2 hearts, like my babies. So I'm not someone that is like pro snapback or like, gonna be like negative about my body. I honestly think that I look pretty good considering. However, I would like to get rid of my mom pooch if I can. And when I found out that there was an option that was less invasive, that felt like it would work well, for my lifestyle, and that would get me good results in time for our vow renewal, which is coming up this summer in Jamaica, like I was very excited to jump on it. So yeah, my procedure is only a few days away, and I am super excited. Of course, I'm going to take you guys along with me as I prepare for, and as much as I can the day of, and as well as like sharing my recovery. I'll be sharing some before and afters once I like get to that far into the journey with AirSculpt. So be sure to follow along and stay tuned, because this vlog will kind of show like the next couple of days, like what it's going to look like for me getting ready for this procedure, and you know what it's going to look like when I go in day of. Hey guys, happy Monday. Today has been such a busy day, typical Monday reset stuff, except for on steroids, because my AirSculpt procedure is tomorrow. With that being said, of course, I wanted to just kind of make sure that I had like my house in order, had dinner for tomorrow cooked, had everything for the kids situated, just so I wouldn't have to like worry about any of that, you know, when I'm headed to get my procedure in the morning, or even when I get back tomorrow afternoon. I am super excited. I don't know if I am just like overly confident, but I don't feel all that worried about the procedure or the recovery. I kind of just feel like if I could have 2 C-sections and take care of babies like right after having C-sections, then like I can handle this. And I have been told that the recovery is pretty lax. Like I've been told that you feel like you did an intense ab workout for a couple of days. I've been told that, you know, a lot of people go back to work within 24 hours, and some people even like go out to dinner the same night after the procedure. So I'm really not all that worried about it. I am a little bit concerned about like being awake during the procedure and what that's going to feel like. But again, I keep going back to the fact that I've had C-sections, and of course I was awake during those. And so like the tugging, you know, the feeling of, even though you can't feel the pain, you can feel people doing things to your body. I have felt that before. I'm also just kind of like, what am I going to do? Like during this 3 hours where they are taking my fat out, like how am I going to occupy my time? So I'm a little bit worried about that, but that's about it. My anxiety is fairly low, which is kind of out of the norm for me, so I'm not sure if I'm overconfident or not. We shall see. So a couple of things that I have been doing to prepare for the surgery. I have not had any caffeine for a couple of days. They told me no caffeine day of or day before your procedure, so I have not had any caffeine. I have also been taking Arnicare for, gosh, I guess a week now. This helps with swelling and bruises from injuries, and also helps with muscle pain, and it's all natural. And I was told to go ahead and start taking this, and then to continue to take it during, you know, the healing process. So I have been taking this. I also picked up my prescriptions. I haven't started taking these yet. You're not supposed to start taking them. They just advised me to pick them up to bring them with me tomorrow. And so I have an ibuprofen, 800 milligram. That's obviously for pain. Let's see what else we have in here. I have ondansetron, which I'm not sure what that is. And then I have doxycline. Doxycline? I don't know. I assume that that one is an antibiotic. So those are the 3 prescriptions that I have to take with me. Also, things that I've got, I got some Chuck's pads. They advise that you bring some of these with you to like line your car seat, because you might be kind of like leaky after the procedure. And I got a ton of them because there really was no like small pack. So I have some just to like put on the couch, put in the bed, put wherever I'm sitting for a couple of days after the procedure. I also grabbed the biggest pads I could find, and these are the Poise Overnight Extra Coverage pads, and I will be using these to wear on the inside of my compression garment. You have to wear your compression garment for 2 weeks after an AirSculpt procedure. You cannot take it off at all for the first 48 hours. So that means no shower for the first 48 hours. Not looking forward to that. I definitely will be taking a nice, good shower in the morning before I head in. But I will be using those Poise pads like on the inside of my compression garment, just for those days where I am a little bit leaky. They said that you might have some drainage for the first 4 or so days, and so I will be using those. They also advised me to wear like something dark and loose and comfortable the day of the procedure, because again, you might be leaky and you don't want to like mess up your clothes. And so I just have like this, you know, black Nike tracksuit and a black tank top, you know, to go underneath. I didn't know if I would like really feel like putting anything over my head. So if not, I can just zip the jacket up over top of, whatever's underneath. And they also advise that you just like wear slip-on shoes. So I will probably just throw on my Crocs. So that is kind of what I have for, the day of, in terms of what I'm taking with me and what I have for aftercare. I will also take my AirPods. Like I said, I'm just kind of like wondering what I'm going to do during this procedure. And I love a good audiobook, especially a good, sexy little book. And so I'm like, maybe I can just put my AirPods in and listen to my books like during the procedure. I don't know if that's allowed. I will let you guys know tomorrow morning when I get there and get all situated if I am actually able to do that. I was just looking over my pre-op instructions email to make sure I didn't miss anything, but honestly, y'all, that is it. Like I said, I keep saying this and I've said the same thing to my husband. I don't know if I'm overconfident, but I really don't feel like this is like that big of a thing. Like I know that it is still a procedure and it is, like I need to take it seriously, but I'm not really that worried about the recovery process. So I hope that I have like prepared enough in terms of what tomorrow is going to look like. My mom will be picking me up. You do need someone to pick you up after the procedure because they might give you laughing gas if your anxiety is high or anything like that. I do have, childcare lined up. My mother's helper is going to pick up the kids from school, although I should be home before the kids get home, but she's going to pick the kids up from school and she'll be here, all evening. She's also coming the next day after school as well as the next day. So I will have her to help for a few days. My mom is also around, and also my friend is like on standby if I need her. She said that she has no problem coming and like spending a few days. So I do have those things lined up, but I don't really anticipate needing them a lot. Just a little bit about the procedure that I'm getting. I don't know if I actually shared the details. I am getting what they called a tiny tuck. And so I'm getting AirSculpt on my entire abdomen. That includes upper abdomen, lower abdomen, waist, and flanks. And then I'm also getting what they called AirSculpt Plus, which is basically like skin tightening. So to like, not only remove the fat, but like tighten up the skin and whatnot as well. So I am super, super excited. Tomorrow, before I go in, as I'm kind of getting ready, I am gonna take some before photos or videos so that I can show you guys a before and after, and we can see the results. Stay tuned. I will take you guys along with me as much as I possibly can tomorrow. I don't know, of course, how much I will be able to record and share, but if I am allowed to have my camera, you guys will be able to see, kind of what's going on as I get situated and settled in for the procedure. And of course, after, I'll let you guys know how everything is going. Good morning, guys. I am just packing up my bag to go in for my AirSculpt procedure. I am taking some Chuck's pads just to have for the car on the way home in case there's a little bit of drainage. I also have my prescriptions. There's 3 of them, and I was supposed to bring these home with me. That's pretty much it besides like, my regular stuff like my phone, all that stuff. I am about to eat breakfast. I was told to eat before the procedure, and I just have like a little egg witch, it's one of those like fake sandwiches with, eggs and turkey sausage. I was told to eat before the procedure, so gonna go ahead and eat. And they said that like a protein shake or a smoothie is not enough. Like eat something that's actual food. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat my breakfast and take one more dose of Armacare this morning. I had a nice shower, which was also a must since I won't be able to shower for 48 hours. You have to keep your garment on for 48 hours straight, and then you can start taking it off to shower and whatnot. And yeah, I'm honestly feeling pretty good. Of course, like I have like a little bit of anxiety, just like normal like day of jitters, especially because I'm a mom, and I am hoping that I'm able to like kind of come home today and continue to parent. Like Jackson has his first day of soccer practice today, and I really wanted to be able to go. I won't be able to drive, so I do have like our mother's helper is going to be here helping with the kids, and I'm like planning for her to drive, but like I really want to go and see, and so I'm hoping that I'm not like totally drained after the procedure. But other than that, other than like the little bit of jitters, just like wondering how I'm going to be feeling, I feel pretty good. Like I said, like this is as minimally invasive as liposuction can possibly be, and I really don't feel like it's gonna be too bad. Stay tuned. My mom is on her way to get me. She's gonna be driving me and picking me up today. So I have my ride all set up, and I'm excited. I'm excited to, get this show on the road and, kind of get this behind me so that I can start to heal and also get my body ready for Jamaica. Hey guys, there's a pretty loud vent over me, so sorry if you're getting a lot of background noise, but I'm all checked in for my procedure, all changed in my little mesh bra and panties set. They also gave me some pasties to put over my nipples just in case at any point my bra slips down. Gave me some of the little sticky hospital socks, and they told me to put my hair up into a high bun. So now I'm just waiting for the nurse to come back and we will move forward with next steps. So the doctor just left the room. She marked me up. I don't really have a ton of marks to show you guys, but you can kind of see the little marker there. And she marked where my incisions will be. She's gonna hide one in my old belly button piercing there. So they are headed to get the numbing medicine and we are gonna get started. So I will see you guys when I'm finished. Hey guys, I am all done with my AirSculpt procedure. If I look and sound high, it's because I am. I've had Xanax and Demerol, so a whole little cocktail of meds. So I definitely feel a little loopy and a little high, but I'm not in really any pain right now. And to be honest, the procedure wasn't painful for me at all. I mean, the most painful part to me was the Demerol shot in my arm, and then I could feel them like numbing my abdomen area, but it wasn't really like painful. It just felt like little pinches, and then from there was no real pain. Like I could see my fat like being suctioned out, and yeah, it's fat and blood and all the nasties, but everything went pretty smoothly. I have my post-op instructions, which I will share with you guys a little bit later. But yeah, I'm going home to try to sleep off my little highness so that I can hopefully be able to mom later in the day without my kids being like, "Are you okay? What's wrong with you?" But procedure went great, was fairly quick and painless, and yeah. Hey guys, just checking in with you guys. After I got home from my AirSculpt procedure, I took a nap for about an hour. That cocktail that they gave me of Xanax and Demerol and all the things definitely had me feeling a little bit loopy. I was awake for the majority of the procedure. I think I might have slept like 5 to 10 minutes on and off, but for the most part, I was like totally awake. However, like by the time I got home, I was like, yeah, I'm a little sleepy. And so I slept for about an hour. I set an alarm because Jackson had his first soccer practice today at 5, and I just couldn't miss it. It's like I don't know. I know that I probably should have just like stayed home and rested, but I just could not miss my baby boy's first soccer practice. So I went to that. I sat down. I didn't like do a whole lot of moving around. I just sat on the bench and watched. I did have like help with me, so I didn't really need to be up and moving a lot. And then came back, got the kids situated for bed, and I just finished changing out the pads that I have inside my garment. I am definitely draining quite a bit, and there's also like this cushion thing inside of my garment that I guess is supposed to, I don't know, help it be more comfortable. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is, but I wanted to just give you guys a look at what the garment looks like. Of course, like with all of the padding that I have in here between the poise pads that are sucking up the drainage and like the cushion, you can't really see much of anything, but I did just want to show you guys what the garment that I'm wearing kind of looks like. So there you have it. You see it kind of has like the waist trainer style closure where you kind of like, you know, hook it together. There is a hole down yonder that I can use for using the bathroom. And this is how it looks in the back. And I am supposed to keep this thing on for 48 hours straight. Like even when I was like changing out the pads on the inside, like you're really just supposed to kind of like, you know, like pull it to the side and like stuff them in and take the old ones out. So it's a little bit cumbersome and difficult to change. I will definitely be really happy when like the drainage is done and I can stop wearing these pads on the inside, because it's kind of just gross to change and like annoying to have to keep changing it. But of course you want to keep the area as dry as you possibly can. And so I probably for the next 2 days will be changing these like when I'm awake, like every 2 or so hours, just to keep the area dry and clean. And then they said, you know, after 48 hours, I can take this thing off. I can wash it, tumble dry it on low, take my shower, and put it back on. And hopefully by that point, the drainage will be all done. They said most people are done draining, you know, by 48 hours, and I won't have to line with these poise pads anymore. So yeah, so far so good. I really don't feel a lot of pain so far. Like certain movements, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little sore, but overall, I'm not really in any pain. I am gonna go ahead and take some ibuprofen. The nurse said that she recommends taking the ibuprofen every 6 hours for the first 48 hours, just to like keep pain at bay and to help with swelling. And so I'm gonna go ahead and take the ibuprofen, but I honestly don't think I need it for the pain. Like I'm not in any pain or discomfort at all. But that could also be because the numbing medicine that they gave me probably has not worn all the way off yet. So stay tuned. Tomorrow morning when I wake up and get moving, I will let you guys know if my pain level is still the same. I'm not really sure what that's going to look like. So we will go from there. But yeah, so far so good. Like I do just still feel a little bit like, I wouldn't say like loopy and high anymore like I did earlier, but just like, you know, kind of drained and tired just from like the medicine in my system. So I'm going to head to bed early and sleep that off. And I will check back in with you guys tomorrow to let you know how everything is going. Good morning, guys. I am up and moving. This is the day after my AirSculpt procedure, and I am feeling pretty good. I would say like the hardest part is like literally like sitting up, you know, when you after laying down. But now that I've been up, I'm totally good. I think on a scale from 1 to C-section, I would say my pain level is like a 4. Like I don't even really think I would call it pain. Like it's definitely more so like soreness and just like a little bit of like tightness, you know, which is probably from the swelling, but I'm feeling pretty good. Like I'm feeling like I can go about my normal day. Of course, like I won't be doing anything too strenuous, but I'm definitely not feeling like, oh, I'm in so much pain I need to just like lay down all day. I just finished cleaning all of these nasty pads and like replacing them with new ones. To me, like that is the worst part so far, is like that drainage and having to clean those pads to keep that area dry and clean. It's just nasty, you know, and thankfully I have already seen the amount of drainage has gone down, like from where it was yesterday. Why is there a pad here? I didn't even know I had a pad there. Okay. There was a random pad like on the side of my leg. Anyways, I've already seen that the drainage has gone down substantially from yesterday, like when I initially changed the pads, you know, before bedtime till now. Like this morning, there was a lot less than there was initially. So I think by tomorrow, hopefully, I won't have to change those pads anymore. And tomorrow, I can also take a shower, which of course, hallelujah. I just took a little bird bath, you know, to freshen everything up, but I will definitely be ready for my shower tomorrow. I'm about to head downstairs, make breakfast for myself and the kids, especially so I can go ahead and take my antibiotic. And I will check in with you guys later in the day to let you know how things are going. But so far, so good. So it is what, 24, probably about going on 36-ish hours post AirSculpt procedure, probably less than that, probably closer to like 30 hours post AirSculpt procedure. The good news is that my pain level has still been really low all day. Soreness, yes, especially when I'm like sitting up or standing up, like kind of changing positions, but definitely not pain, like more of a soreness than a pain. Um, when I'm up and moving, I feel pretty good. Like, I don't really feel like I'm moving that much slower. I don't really feel uncomfortable. It's just that like changing position, like getting into the car, getting out of the car. You know, if I've been laying down, getting up, if I've been sitting, standing, things like that. But other than that, the pain has not been bad at all. We are supposed to walk at least 30 minutes a day after this procedure. And I have been walking what feels like all day long. I pretty much had a normal day today. Like as a mom of two, like my kids had stuff going on at their school. They had an end of the school year party in our neighborhood. I had some errands to run for a get together that we're having at our house later this week. Like this pretty much felt like a regular day in my life in terms of like activity and errands. And the fact that I was able to do that, you know, a day after getting a procedure done, I think does like attest to how minimally invasive this procedure is. Like for me, the recovery has not been bad at all. However, I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can see. Um, you can see that my garment that I have to wear looks rather puffy, and the reason is because I not only have like a foam pad in here, but I also am still wearing like the poise pads on the inside for the drainage, and these poise pads at this point are driving me crazy. Like, thankfully, the last time I changed them earlier today, there was really nothing on them. And so I'm really hoping that tomorrow I won't really need them anymore because the garment itself is not bothering me. It's just like having stuff stuffed inside the garment that is now just like really getting on my nerves. So I will be glad when I don't have to, you know, wear these anymore. And like I said, I think that by tomorrow I won't have to wear them because when I changed them earlier, there was barely anything on them. I'm about to change them now and I'm about to take a little hoe bath because I still cannot shower because we're not at 48 hours yet. And I definitely am like ready for a shower. So I'm going to take me a nice little, you know, wash up in the sink, hit all the hot spots and all the spots that I can, you know, that are exposed. And I'm hoping that will let me feel better. Also, I'm extremely itchy. And the nurse told me that like some people do feel itchy after the procedure, and it's just like your body basically healing, like it's a normal thing and not to be alarmed by it. But I hate being itchy. She said I could take a Benadryl, and so I'm considering doing that. But yeah, I'm tired. It's been a long day, but like I would be tired after a day like this whether I had had a procedure or not. And so overall I'm feeling pretty good. I'll be feeling even better tomorrow when I can get rid of these poise pads and take a shower. It has officially been 48 hours since my AirSculpt procedure, so I am allowed to take a shower. I have my garment down in the dryer. Of course, I wanted to wash it before showering, and I'm about to hop in and take my first shower. I've been so excited to take a shower today. So, you know, 48 hours, it doesn't sound like that long, but it's a long time to not have any water really touch your body. So I'm excited for a nice hot shower. Before I do that, I wanted to share with you guys what's in my little AirSculpt bag. I realized I never did that. And then I also wanted just to talk about my initial thoughts and all of that. So in the AirSculpt bag, first of all, we have our AirSculpt aftercare instructions. They pretty much say the same things. They say eat well for the first 5 days, no dieting, walk at least 30 minutes a day, starting the day after the procedure, and you can begin your routine, workout that you usually do after 2 weeks. It says that you can wear those poise pads to collect drainage. Thankfully, I'm done with those. No more draining over here. The garment should be worn for a full 2 weeks, and you need to wear them like 24 hours a day, except for when you're showering or washing them. Take your antibiotics, finish the whole entire dose of antibiotics. Wear your garment for the first full 48 hours without removing, and then you can take your first shower. That's where I am today. It says when you remove the garment for the first time, make sure you're sitting on a bed and rest for a few minutes before standing, because some people may experience dizziness. Thankfully, I didn't really have any dizziness, but I am just like super tired today. So I did, take care with taking that garment off. For your first shower, you're supposed to use this little sponge, which I will show you guys. It's in the bag, and it says to make sure that you put a white foam bag right in the front of your abdomen. I will show you guys what they're talking about. You're supposed to wear it under your garment. And then it says if you had a fat transfer, which I didn't, just be gentle with the area and not put pressure on it for 2 weeks. And so those are aftercare instructions. Next in the bag, we have some shucks pads. There were also some poise pads in here for lining the garment, but I've already used all of those and I don't need them or these anymore. So these were just to like collect any drainage. Next in the bag, we have the recovery foam. This is the foam that they were speaking of in the aftercare instructions that you're supposed to wear in the front of your garment. Pretty much these would help reduce bruising, and like if you basically have any indentation on your skin while you're swelling post-procedure, the indentation can stay. And as we all know, the front of the garment can like kind of cause that, and so that's why you're supposed to wear this underneath to prevent that. And then last but not least, there is this surgical scrub brush/sponge. This has like, antibacterial soap that I'm supposed to use all over this area. This is one-time use, and then you throw it away afterwards. And then I also have dial soap that I will start using after I'm done with this for my showers, just to make sure that you're keeping the area nice and clean. So first impressions on AirSculpt 48 hours post-procedure. I'm not going to do before and after quite yet, just because I'm still really swollen. I have a lot of swelling down here in the lower portion of my belly, and like it still feels very like numb, my whole belly. However, I can see the flatness, and I can see like my waistline has come in quite a bit, and so I'm really thinking that I'm gonna love the results when the swelling subsides. I feel like honestly that the procedure was pretty quick and painless, and like the recovery has been quick and painless as well for the most part. Like I haven't really been in any serious pain, so far so good. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog, and check back in with me in a couple of weeks to see those before and afters once the swelling kind of goes down, and I will be sharing kind of more about the experience and my thoughts once the healing journey is coming to an end. Take care, guys.